is a segment we call Best Thing of the Week. 51,000 TikTokers says, "Oh, we gotta celebrate the TikTokers." Got it.
I've seen some good ones.
Not self-serving. All right. This week, Dolly Parton joined the cast of Call Me Cat. Wait, I may have done too many shots.
Oh, y'all.
Cat in paying an emotional tribute to Leslie Jordan, and it left fans in tears. Jordan, who died in a car crash in late October, was one of the main stars of the Fox sitcom. The episode honored the late actor and his character. The winter premiere concluded Phil's storyline, giving the character a happy ending. It was shown that Phil and his now husband, Jalen, opened a bakery in Tahiti, and the couple has planned to remain in the country permanently. Dolly Parton, also a friend of Jordan, also appeared briefly in the pre-film segment as part of the tribute. The country icon sang a verse from their song, Where the Soul Never Dies, which was Leslie Jordan's 2021 album. Companies coming before addressing Jordan directly, saying, quote, "Because there is that place on the other side, and I'm certainly going to see you there, little brother," end quote. Watch this.
What we've done here is we've given Phil a happy ending. What we're really doing is mourning the loss of our dear friend, Leslie Jordan. He is irreplaceable. We will miss him very much. Love. Light.
Leslie. Call Me Cat breaks fourth wall with Dolly Parton, an emotional tribute to Leslie Jordan. What do y'all think?
That was the best part of every single episode of Call Me Cat. I feel so bad. Like I was a big Leslie Jordan fan. So and I also was a fan of Mayim Blanik. I could never say her last name correctly because I really liked her on Big Bang Theory, right?
Yeah.
Loved her on Big Bang. So I was like, when she got a show, I was like, cool. And she's really smart in real life, you know. So I was like, all right, cool. And she was executive producer,
Jeopardy.
and she was on Jeopardy and all that. But it just wasn't funny, you know? And I thought that Leslie Jordan's character would bring some kind of good spice and some funny LGBTQ plus humor. It was awful. Like the show just sucked. It had cats in it. I'm a big pet lover. It sucked. It was just bad. It was hard to watch. So this was the best segment in the whole entire show, unfortunately, you know? Leslie Jordan gave that comic relief, right? And there's no way anybody can fill that role there for sure.
Can I tell you, I got to interview Leslie Jordan a few years ago. He had another show on Fox. I forget. Equally as forgettable. but one thing we talked about, his character in that was gay. And he talked about how happy it made him late in his career that he could play openly gay characters as an openly gay actor. Like his profession, like everybody knew in Hollywood, but to be embraced by Hollywood for who you are and to be able to play characters that represent at least some aspect of who you are was so important to him. And that it happened 5 years before he died is sad that it took that long, but I'm so glad he found that happiness. And personally, I'm just glad that I did get a chance to meet him, however briefly.
I loved how the show gave the viewers an opportunity to not necessarily mourn him, but celebrate his happiness. And so I like how they separated his character. We're going to love him for being happy with his partner. Well, and then we hard stop. Yeah. And then we're going to now mourn our friend. And what I loved about that is the reality in Kyla Pratt's face. Like, and, you know, when we mourn hard. And the person that I saw mourning like the hardest was that face, that love. And so I love how the show gave us the closure of happiness, but then let us not forget what our friend has now transitioned. We cannot forget that. And so kudos to them on that.
What was the happy ending that they gave him? He got to do a bake-off or a bake challenge in London or in UK
and
or whatever?
He found love. Yeah. They went to Tahiti. He found love. Him and his partner found. Most of us, except the person who's still trying to date. I'm trying to date too. I don't know if I want love, but that's the goal that we all want: love, happiness, and marriage. Yeah. And he found it. As his way.
You know, one of the things, before we move on, that I think is so incredible about Leslie Jordan is it was a fresh reminder. I was kind of over this. Not to say that I was over Leslie Jordan, but the mourning process of his loss, I was finished with. And this brings it all back fresh. And I just point out again the same thing that I've said repeatedly about Leslie Jordan. His genius, starting with Brother Boy, certainly, and many, many other iconic roles. But above all else, everything else he did in his career, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, the Emmys and the American Television Academy is going to show segments of his battle with Karen Walker and go, this is genius. You're watching genius. He is the only character. I cannot imagine someone taking on the character of Karen Walker like they did in Will and Grace.
I agree.
Genius. He will, for sure, be missed. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.